everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cape Rugby TV. Of course, every week we take a look at what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. Very exciting at the moment. Of course, as you know, it's the score Western Province Club Rugby Sevens. The clubs have been playing for the last 2 weeks. They now head towards Newlands. Big thanks, of course, to our partners on board with us. Score Energy Drinks, of course, also official partner to Western Province Rugby and the Score Western Province Club Rugby Sevens. Now, you can win yourself a case of Score Energy Drinks during the course of the show. So make sure that you don't go away, because we're going to ask you if you spotted the logo. And, of course, MChem 24-Hour Pharmacy. We'll be talking about them during the course of the show, and they're offering people who go to MChem this coming weekend on Saturday free cappuccino with every vaccination. And, of course, CTC Sports supplying our masks for Cape Rugby TV, and of course you can win yourself a set of masks during the Score Energy Drinks competition. Folks, we got quite a few games highlights up for you this week. Marties were up against Young People. We get the highlights of that match. We catch up with some of the players behind the scenes. We also get the match between Blakes and Paarl Rangers, and Albions and Windmill United, Tygerberg and Atlantis, and of course Belleville and Delft, who played at the Hamiltons this past weekend. So lots of Score Western Province Club Rugby action on the cards for you this evening. Our first match highlights: Marties or Stellenbosch up against Young Peoples.
Ja, die mannen is baie honger van, is lang die game het sien, baie kan net gepraat het van die game of die game is, so nou en dan gesien het op die TV, maar nou wat die mannen die veld gevat het, kan ek sien nou, man het die game baie gemis en geniet hulle op die veld. Gaan baie goed ons speel volgens die game structure, wat ons oefen, voer ons uit op die veld, is nou net in maties wat het nie so gegaan het nie, maar ons week 'n bietjie harder daarna, vat het game vir game. Ja, dis wat die WP Score Sevens doen, het bring nuwe spelers na die klub toe, kyk soos baie manne wat gegaan het van klubs af, nou kom hulle terug van die vriendskap is hier, die manne geniet hulle tyd om saam met Young People Sevens te speel, maar by enige klub gaan oor waar jy jou rugby gaat geniet mos eintlik.
Eindelijk goed. Ons het een verloor gekry in die maties, by ons die rest van die games het ons veel gewen. So ons het ons laaste game teen Albions en dan nou die top 2 spanne gedeer volgende week sal dit die 20ste wees. Maar ek voel ook ons is 'n jong span met 'n gemix met ervaring. Ek dink ons behoort abooi te kom. Ons het laas jaar ook in die begin, het ons met die youngsters begin en hulle is nog steeds almal by die klub. Ons het hierdie jaar baie aktiwiteite gehad, maar ons kon ons nog nie speel as gevolg van die COVID. Maar ons het ons groep bly hou en ek is bly daarvoor. So hulle weet waarvoor hulle inlaat. Ja, definitief. En kyk, ons probeer om soveel as moontlik manne fiks te kry. Die receivers. Ek kan byvoorbeeld, ek het 'n paar jaar terug 'n groep gehad en hy groep het alle 7 omtrent gewen. En daai jaar het ons in die liga baie goed gedoen toe het ons opgeskuif. So ek glo baie aan fiksheid en ons doen die receivers.
It's great. I mean, this is actually what we hoped for. I mean, Uganda was a last-minute tour for us, special way to end of the tournament, our year. And then this came, so we were very excited that it came through to play, obviously in the home country. And Paul is not far from Stellenbosch, so it's basically our second home. But we're very excited to be here. It's just that, I mean, playing in the Western Province and playing amongst so much talent, it just pushes you to do more. I mean, you can have guys that didn't train anything, 12 weeks versus 1 week, 2 weeks. That motivation to play in the Western Province League and to win it, it's so prestigious. It's a big motivation. 100%. Our coach is set on development, and that's what we do best at Marties. And he's trying to actually, because there's a few guys that won't be able to play next week because of studying. So he's trying to get the young guys chance now to play and get used to it, so he can count on them next week. So it's a very good development tool as well. I mean, the young guys are eager, and it's great to see because last year rugby almost went away completely, and exactly in the club league we we didn't play. So it's a great opportunity.
Ja, verseker. Vir ons is dit 'n voorreg altyd 'n voorreg vir ons om te speel. Ja, ons kom net op kompetisie uit. Fortunately for us, we were in a competition. So yeah, it's nice to be back after 2 years of rugby, not playing rugby. So yeah, it's good to be back. Yeah, from last week, today a little bit better from last week, but still not what we want. We've been prepping for 12 weeks. We went to Uganda. So we've been prepping for 12 weeks, so we should be in it, but we're not. It's tough. It's tough to play against the clubs because the clubs, there's so much skill. It doesn't matter how you prepare for them. They've got something up their sleeves all the time. I think, yeah, with things starting to normalize with rugby, clubs are going to get into it from the get-go. I think this is a good platform to start from. And then next year when club rugby starts, I think it's just going to boom.
Both Young Peoples and Stellenbosch going through to the finals at DHL Newlands this coming weekend. Well, at least not finals, but quarterfinals. Of course, 8 teams, as well as the Western Province Rugby women's side, going through to the SCORE Western Province Club Rugby finals day at Newlands. Let's take a look at some of the other results then that came in over the weekend from Paul Stellenbosch region. Win for Stellenbosch over Van der Stel Evergreens. Albions with a win over Windmill United. Blakes with a close game against Paul Rangers, 24 points to 21. Stellenbosch then, of course, in that match, beating Young Peoples 26 points to 12, while it was a win for Blakes over Van der Stel Evergreens. Young Peoples with a win over Windmill United, and Paul Rangers going down to Stellenbosch. Albions with a win over Van der Stel Evergreens, Stellenbosch beating Blakes, and then Van der Stel Evergreens bouncing back and beating Paul Rangers 31 points to 28, while Young Peoples ended up with a narrow win over Albions, 12 points to 10. Some very close games there. Folks, when we come back from the break, we're going to show you some more of the highlights from the Paul Stellenbosch region, as well as the final logs. Don't go away. Back in a sec.